Respond. Yeah, there we go. Honestly, right. Been sat watching a little bit of South Park, having some food and that. I was like, oh, what do I want to play? Oxygen not included. Am I sure? Yeah. Let's go do another 4 hours of the fucking game. I think, like, I've been thinking what I can do better. I definitely have been expanding within my own means, so I've not been over expanding, which is a negative really, because I should be maxing out my why are we not loading in? Oh, there you go. I should really be maxing out. Oh yes, because it's all on. I got so used to playing this a while ago on VSSD. Load times are so much quicker on that now. Yeah, we're in the area of scrubbing carbon out there. Ventilation, no. Automation. Did I roll past it? Atmo sensor, yeah. Gold, yeah. If it's above a kilo, we technically have too much. Have I really used that much gold up? It wouldn't surprise me. No, we haven't. It's just buried. We still want to use that up, like the heat from that. Choose blueprint. Don't care right now. We do want to get into pips. Saying that, how are my lads doing? There's an egg. There's no egg in there, but there is an egg. That's good enough. I do want to ship the stuff out of there, such as the poke shell malts, because that's more lime. Alright, so the first part of this plumbing is in. Next part is bringing more polluted water out. I'm actually going to have to... No, fuck you. Just do that. It's all gone back to priority 5, but that's fine. We can stop rushing jobs now. Jump it over, up, and in. I took away all that piping earlier that did basically this. Where did that place that? I heard it place. Oh, it's lost to time and space apparently. Yeah. It's lost to time and space. I do need to yeah, I fucked this up. This needs to. It doesn't want access to there because it will keep removing the polluted dirt. But if I would have just ignored this and left the polluted dirt there, it would have picked up the sand. But such is life. Right, all this is now going, which means access to the water is coming along. This needs digging out. Helps if you open up chat, my dude. Helps if you remember to do that. Alright. Does give us a little bit more sight as well. It's decent size. Well, I'd say decent size. It's only this size, it's tiny. There's another oil field there though. Something we're not going to run out of is water. No, analyse. We don't need a cancel. We can definitely mob that. That don't need to be there. Still missing buddy buds. This is being constructed very slowly. It was me going, I'm not going to priority 9 it, but fuck it. Your boy is impatient. We should really talk about doing a med room as well, a proper one. Let's get on that then. This should actually be an AND system. If it's above that and senses carbon dioxide, it turns on. but it will do just as a Atmos sensor for now. This is going somewhat, it's taking a long time, but what can you do? And as we suck out that carbon dioxide, I will work on using this to pressurise the bottom of the base full of carbon dioxide, like here. This I don't mind. This we might actually put a couple of blocks just to prevent the carbon dioxide from leaking down there. Do you know what? It's actually not a bad idea. It just prevents as much carbon reaching this side. And I can wait because we can just extend this further. I mean, the ultimate idea is obviously just to have oxytherms spread all the way along. There's much power wires there that can go. Claim some material. It'll also help these stay oxygenated because we are struggling over here with pulling out carbon. That is pulling out some polluted oxygen. Is this stabilised yet? Just over a kilo. Yeah, it's pretty much stabilised. That's fantastic. How close are you? So to you. 27.6 cycles, that's fine. The fact that this is stabilised, these haven't emptied, that's great news for us. Does mean all that polluted oxygen is going to get pulled out. We're beginning to build up a small reservoir in here, which is cool because it keeps the temperature down a bit. 54 degrees already. Right, okay, so this is plugged in. This is not done. That's because of the lack of oxygen, which let's begin assisting that system. Now we should get a lot less oxygen down there, a lot less carbon dioxide, yeah. It's really reducing the flow. Yeah. Still coming. But it's reducing the flow somewhat. Well, it's the best I can do for now. I mean, I could always turn water into oxygen and hydrogen, but let's not say we did. How hot's that water? 70 degrees. It should be fine. Don't need sand, don't need roll pups, don't need nothing. I probably have skipped by a bunch of fantastic duplicants. This is unfortunate, but I've got other projects to deal with before I worry about that. This we could start doing. I do want to cool the water first though. What are we looking at? 26 degrees. It's actually getting there because it's coming in at 25. So wait, is the temperature going green? Yeah, it's going green. I will start to. This is going to stay priority 5. This is just whenever the fuck they got time. Because as much as we want to keep the temperature controlled, it really doesn't fucking matter. It's just extra cooling. I do. Yeah, that'd do. Worry about capping it off and that again another time. Like I said, we've got so much to do that it just doesn't matter. The ceramic is getting done. Endless amounts of table salt, probably. Salt's table salt. Yeah. Working for it. Just 546 more times to go. This, though. This. What temperature is that coming at? Is it steam vent or cool steam? Cool steam. So it doesn't really need cooling. As long as there's a pool of water beneath it. So we'll automate it to keep like let's say 4 squares worth. Unreachable, you say. I failed to see how it is, but sure. Nothing else discovered over here, nothing worthwhile caring about anyway. A little bit of that's been done, that's cool. Eventually we'll shift all of that in there as well, because, you know, why wouldn't I? It'll cool the water further as well. But we're holding steady, we're holding steady. 1.5 kilos pretty much throughout. Ah, here it printed. Told you it printed somewhere. We've got 1 layer and a little. Yeah. This is, oh, we built the door finally. How? Fuck's sake. We've now got to rescue this fucking idiot. Well, let's just hope your O2 holds out, eh? If not, you're in trouble. Looks like they might get to you in time. Yeah. Run. Straight back to work. They got to do that quick. Impressive. We might use the polluted water from here to cool this, because I don't know what sort of temperatures this can take. Doesn't really say. Melting point. Oh, 1,000 degrees. Yeah, it should be fine. I don't think we have any, but I'm going to build a couple. Just to, just in case they turn up. Just in case I dig them up somewhere or don't notice, just, you know, usual shit. So some squares of this being dealt with over time. This is getting really low, so we have to start talking about more polluted water, which we had a good stockpile here. Deconstruct, build copy. It's going to be emergency priority, we don't mind though, because we'll just switch it to a 5. And then plumbing. Switch it to 5 because it's not essential this very fucking second. Where can I join into a polluted water system? I cannot. I would have to run it a long way. Perhaps this is not the best source though. I'll leave that there because they can dig that out eventually anyway. So, truly, where's a nearer water source here? Alright, so let's pull this, all of this, there's loads. Yeah, we'll pull all of this into here. So step 1 is getting over there. So here, do it there, get into there. We will try to level it out at the same level, say here. Which is not good because I'll get stuck there, but that's fine, we can fix that. We do have a new printable, I am aware. Sure, fertilizer. And this way we can go collect some buddy buds while we're at it, because there's a bunch. This looks like it's going to be salt and seawater. But yeah, once we're into this area, I'll start digging up and bringing it all into this pool, and we'll pump it out. There's even a chunk there. It's possible for me to drain it into there, but that's a lot of effort for very little reward. How about this? Is this going? It's getting there. This water leak is pretty annoying, but it won't leak forever because once this is built, we can seal it off again. Yada 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 yada. No one needs to go in there. All right, are we in? Not quite. Has that been? Yeah, it's been reduced to a 5, back to a 9. He's stuck, isn't he? Well, I'm hoping you can rescue. Nope, he's going to die. I can't have him die. He's critical. Maybe. It worked. He's at least got some O2 to breathe. He'll live. This is meant to be like emergency priority and no one's fucking doing it. Great, he's suffocating again. They turn up and they do fuck all. Oh, look, you're free. God damn it, eh? Alright, so we want it to be about 4 high. Just dig that out. And then I'll start by collecting this buddy bud seed. And then we'll talk about draining after that. So you need to be drained through there, which means you need to be drained here, which means ladder. Right, because the moment it drops past a single, well, it should take a while to drop down to a single bar, and by that time I should have collected plenty from this mess. There's even a buddy bud hiding way up there. What else is going on? We still want to get off the mill wood standard at some point soon. We are using sand, polluted dirt's getting shifted. Not that it's essential at all. How much sand is here? 1.3 tons. Nice. I shouldn't run out of sand ever. Shouldn't. It's not a guarantee though. Right, we can't make it up there, so I need to start working on that. 2, 2. You should be able to then climb that. Alright, and that's pool number 1 getting pulled in. So then 2, which is here, which is just short of the next buddy bud, so we will be going for that, of course. And it needs to be a 9, doesn't it? And then this is just drain it straight out. And then next pool is, we have to wait for them to dig that out and then I can worry about the next pool. But I think the next pool will be, this pool will be it for now. And then we can talk about mopping all this up, clearing up some shit. Beautiful. Yeah, go and flop down to here, you'll live for a while. Bit more oil. A lot of oil on this map, we need more over here. We're not seeing any more vents though. But we still haven't explored the whole map. I still need the zoom out mod. That's pretty critical. And your carbon dioxide as well. We got uses for you, don't worry. I will attempt to use every vent. There's one here. That means get rid of that. Alright, well, let's look at getting over here. Still not quite ready for another dupe. I want more oxygen, which is more oxyferns, which we don't have. This is, I mean, it's there. This is done. Okay, so it's ready for power. Gold, yeah. Right, so we got a lead here, which we will just yoink. Not really interested in putting the door on, so we're going to ignore it. Alright, okay, we are going to need to overpressurize to cool this, because otherwise it's going to overpressurize. Yeah, so we're going to have to use. There's one down there too. So I'm thinking it's already leaking. That's unfortunate. Okay, so there's one there as well. Fuck. Alright, so we will use this to then cool that. I don't know what I'll do with the polluted water afterwards, but well, I'll add it into the system, I guess. It's just adding into the system. Add everything to the system. But one thing at a time, because we don't want to overload at any one point. Temperature in here is steady 28 degrees. Into here, which means we need to take out more of this. How is our ethanol tank? Getting quite full. We should be fine to transport this lot over though. Can't reach that piss puddle. We will be able to with that. A little bit less piss hanging around, that's fantastic. Did we? We did, which means we need to start pumping that over next. So, plumbing, liquid pump. We run it from here. We've got plumbing, insulated pipe to the left, up. We're going to cut through, down, and I don't even need to do anything but do that. Okay, which means we will need to access it. So yoink and yoink. Now we are beginning to get close to this, which means heat leak is going to become a real issue soon. Not yet, because we've left all the abyssalite around it, which is holding the temperature in, but it will become an issue. I may even try and use the temperature in there to boil oil into petroleum. I also need to wire power up there, which means I can't because of the lake. Okay, but fine. Gold. This doesn't really have the energy space on it. This doesn't either. This has, oh, that's the left line. So if we disconnect that or connect that, so it's a priority 11. So what we can do is deconnect this. Job done. That should sort the power out a little bit. 1.88, 1.66. That makes this absolutely useful. I was about to say useless. Makes it absolutely wunderbar. Wunderbar, mein Freund. Okay, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Correct screen, please. Thank you. Reload that. Okay, so now I need to redo this with gold. Run it from here. It's a lot of wiring, but luckily we've got shit tons of gold. Should take him a while. I say should, but there is literally just tons of gold. Is it going to dump a shit ton of heat into here? Does it matter if it does? Not really. I've definitely added a few more buddy buds, so I'm wondering what that's doing to the overall beautiful floral scent. Very little in the way of slime lung inside the base now. Very little. We obviously don't want them going in there after some time. But yeah, we're finally combating back. This is awful as well. But we're combating back the slime lung. It can no longer really proliferate over here. Piping almost done. Wiring, still a lot to be done. The temperature over here is going to be shit hot for a minute. Yeah, got all that wiring. Cools pretty quick though. Well, relatively. What temperature does this come out? 500 degrees C. Carbon's shit at keeping its temperature though. I've never managed to operate a hot box with a carbon dioxide vent. Might try again though. It's something I feel should be possible if you put it into a box where it's only carbon dioxide and it's only coming out 500 degrees C. It shouldn't lose any temperature really. Lead. Okay. Right, we're now pumping the water out there back into our main tank, which should just fucking fill. Don't care for any of it. And yeah, we can just leave it running. It's not important that if we overfill. Well, it is, but we've got so much room to fill that it shouldn't matter. Because when you're talking 1,000 kilos per tile, that's God knows how many tiles. Let's have a little look. 34 tons times that by 2. Yeah, this should be fine to fill in there. A bit of piss there. Still a bit of piss hanging around there, but that's fine. We will continue to clear out. Yeah, this system is now sorted. Don't have to worry about that. I can go back to worrying about this, which the power is almost done. We'll need to build a liquid lock because this is a bit silly. Doesn't matter if it's just water, but it needs to be done. That's all got to be priority 9. Go, go, go. Right, this is actually operating, so liquid wise this should be pumping the warm water straight into this, which isn't operating because it's not on yet. Now we turn it on. You have room just. Is it gold? And that should then run, which will provide even more polluted water. There we go. More polluted water. Just shit tons of polluted water all around. It's great stuff. Right, and this will reduce the carbon dioxide level to here. I will need to start filtering out chlorine and stuff because we're beginning to see some of that scattered around the base. Hydrogen is building up in pockets at the top, which is fine. We will suck all that out eventually as well. But what I'll do is I'll taper it off to a point at the top, suck out all the hydrogen into that, and then use it. This is beginning to melt, so I'm thinking there's something very warm back here. Because like this isn't causing enough heat leak for this to be melting. So I'd love to see what's over here. But getting into there is a fucking nightmare. And we're now having this run more often, which is keeping the oxygen level nice. One system feeds the other. We're not going to run out of algae for quite a long time, so I don't have to worry too much about that. This is being built as well, which again will help with the temperatures. It's already down to 27. It's beginning to spread, which is great news. We can even mop up oil if I wanted to, which may be a good idea for a few of these. Is oil anywhere hampering our exploration? Not really. We did put extra ethanol on to get sucked out, so that should be way over here, wasn't it? Yeah. There's a little bit to mop there. Forgotten what I needed this area for now, but it doesn't matter. Refining is what we should be getting onto. And the oxygen's holding steady in the suit, so we do have access to plenty of time down here. Okay, so I may use, because that's not hot enough, that steam. Oh shit, and I forgot to automate this. No, it doesn't need automating because we're going to call it. Okay, yeah, if we're calling it, let's get on to calling it. Because then we can explore this as well. Okay, so what we want to do is dig out pretty much all of this. Fuck it, let's just get on the idea of doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, floor. Bring it over. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, floor. This will be the access for floor, which lines up nicely with this vent, which will get me to that vent. Okay, so just keep filling this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, floor. Two, three, four, floor. This will keep these guys busy for some time. 1, 2, 3, 4, floor. He says, but they're way better skilled than what they were when I tried to do this earlier. 2, 3, 4, floor. But that just happens as you play this game. They get quicker and quicker and quicker because their athletics level up, so they run around quicker. Everything levels. Okay. Try and avoid digging out anything that isn't necessary, such as blocks of abyssalite. From there to there, those three, this, that, that. Okay. That's already leaking, so it doesn't matter if we uncover the entire thing. It'll actually cool this area, not that it needs cooling anymore because we've got my suits getting in and out. Okay, so this is just going to be level by level, isn't it? Because little by little, it's actually a decent shot. Okay, that's everything set to be dug. Stop taking off your fucking mask or I'm going to beat you senseless. What's the temperature like in here? Yeah, this will cool it off loads. It's barely 60 degrees there. And we're going to see a bit more of the local environment here, which this is negative 104. There's going to be so many walt seeds in there that I'm going to be able to build a cool box specifically with walt seeds, which I could use in here. Do you know what? No, because it'll kill the pips. Don't have any pips, do I? There are probably 0 pips running around the base, so I'm going to need to build a pip house, which we could build on top of here. Yeah, I need to automate it as well. Oxyfern! But I'd need to automate the pip house too, because I wouldn't want people going in there. I want the pips just running around with arbitraries. Yeah, I'm not seeing any pips. So I need to build a pip box. There's a pip. Okay, so there is a pip, but we need to build a pip box to ensure they live forever. So what I want to do is, using one mod, which is natural tile, I want a shit ton of dirt. Dirt, I saw it. Polluted dirt, coal, dirt. Okay, we want to build a floor of dirt. A gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, floor. Another floor of dirt. And then what we want to do is dig all that out. Dig all that out, so only the dirt floor remains. No, that shouldn't be dirt because this has got to be block, yeah. Okay, that's fine. You might be asking why am I doing that? It's because we need to have a pip branch that is au naturel, which means doing something a bit like this. roof. I'm only boxing it in for temperature control, so I don't have to worry about that or account for that. There we go. That's the room for the pips getting done. Simply because we're going to need a spare pip, right, to build a water seed place. A water seed cooling box, that's what I'm looking for. Refinement, man. Oh yeah, for refinement I needed oil, and for oil I needed to clear this out. Yeah. I may switch that into a slightly higher priority. Pit box or refinement pit box. This is longer term survival. Refinement is nice, but it's not necessary this very second. How is pool doing? It's beginning to empty. How are we doing here? It's slowly filling, just as intended. Temperature 28 degrees. I want to wait until this is not necessarily full, but getting close to being so. Then I'm going to cool the created water or the cleaned water down. This is dropping in temperature very slowly, which is not good. But to cool it, to get more water out of it, I need to do this. So let's just fucking spam it. I'd like all that done, please. This can certainly go. Oh, they can't reach it to deconstruct it, that's fine. Goody, goody, goody. Right, it's time to start talking about soup skills. So, I think, not you though, I think sitting on about 15 is fine. Not really. Yeah, I can't really afford it. I need to up their morale. Which is mainly food, which is, we're kind of maxing out on our food morale at the moment, unless I start really hey, they're getting in. Don't know what do these need to be in. 15 to 40 degrees. We're not domesticating them. So that's all, 15 to 40 degrees. Yeah, okay. So what I would need is to build. I need a way for the pips to get up and down as well. No, we just build it on 2 levels. So 1, 2. You're gonna get stuck. You better not do, dickhead. Oh my god, we've gotten really laggy. Or at least it feels laggy to me. Might not be. Might just be in my head, in your head, zombie. I will need to clear all seeds out of here though. And speaking of seeds, storage. Again, we will automate it and we will empty everything in here. These will be seeds. Arbor, acorns, a priority 9, copy, drop them. Drop it like a tar, And then I do need to dig this out. We are really going to have to start on the chlorine emptying because I've got a feeling that's going to actually become an issue. It doesn't look like it. There is a bit hanging around, but I think it's getting. I think because of its density, it's going kind of this way. Which, you know, whatever. Yeah, look, loads of it is over here. Okay, sure. There's a vacillator there I'd like to get access to. How much natural gas in there? Quite a lot, 10.3 kilos a square. This is barely getting touched, that's fine. This is getting very full. Where was that? Fuck. Okay. I'm beginning to get concerned about that. May have to extend it further. But that's a bit of a pain in the arse, I'm not going to lie. Either that or use it up, but I'm not ready to use it up because I need to make a very cool room to grow nosh beans, which would be lovely, but obviously I can't do that currently. Not mop, I need a sweep, yeah. All of that needs to go, all of this needs to go. I shouldn't have done it yet because we're going to end up with tons more shit here. Do you know what, yeah, cancel all of that. And all of that. We are getting some arbor acorns in there now. These are barely functioning. I'm very tempted to deconstruct them and move them on up. Moving on up, time to break free. Love can stop you. Speaking of doing that, we will just do this because it will allow better flow. Because we use natural pit farm to produce lumber, use the lumber to produce ethanol, use the ethanol to grow nosh beans. There's a whole bloody production chain we're going for here. And we want it all working without any dupe interaction. But for now, yeah, we can just keep sucking up the ethanol. Doesn't actually have that much more room. We may have to cease our ethanol sucking activities. Maybe. I will disable this one for sure. This is going. It's going. But as soon as we've gotten over to here, I'll cap this and we'll pull it on the right side and I'll filter out all of the shit over here at some point. But I'd rather get the dig done first. Dang old Kamehameha. This is so-so. Temperature 29.1. We're still, I assume, because the system isn't kicking out that much. Yeah, we're still operating at a relatively cool base here. The water is keeping it quite warm, but we will cool it in here. It's only like a 2 degree difference at the moment, but we're hoping to bring that to about 5 degrees. Let's build a proper medical room. So it needs a lavatory, which we'll put at the back, and then a mess table. If my memory is any good, I believe it's a mess table, right? Mess table? Mess table. Funny enough, we don't actually have many like buildings. Like most of our stuff is open plan. We've got the bathroom and barracks and the Great Hall. These are shit again. I'll keep going until we get some bloody proper ones. It's because one of you has to be a proper shit cunt doing this, and I don't know why. Creativity free. So who are you? Conning Ray. Because you have A level in it. Well, get fucking masterclassed. Masterclassed? Yeah. Get a masterclass in it. Okay, how about this? Here's hospital. It's got everything that it needs. Depending on how bad the plumbing is, we might put the toilet online. It's more than possible, so why not? It can even just go like this onto the back end of that system, and we can pilfer the water from here. Does anyone need med? Absolutely not. That's fantastic. And we could always put a bit of decoration in there. See if you can do me some decent. We'll put a buddy bud in there for sure. And portrait canvases won't fix, but landscapes will. I don't know if there is really. Oh no, it's already on deconstruct. That's fine. Buddy buds? No. Actually, this one can go. Won't necessarily go into there though, so I'm not going to do that yet. 3 is kind of what I need. So we have 1, so 2 more would be nice. Which there is 1. About the only one I can get to really. We're not worried about it right now. We'll get there when we get there. Alright, so that shouldn't be in there. This is actually almost all done. Don't care. Not ready for another dupe yet. Are we filling? We're getting rotten stuff. We shouldn't be getting rotten stuff. No, I'm out of tea. Okay, but we now have access to the edge here. Again, not much to be seen. Now, I know we have no storage room. Well, next to none. Yeah. We need to start processing stuff, which is a lot easier said than done. Because we're just collecting material all the time. And especially staying quite neutral in terms of what we use and what we produce, as was the aim. We're not really destroying anything. This doesn't look like it's that deep. No, it's not. It's okay. It does kind of cool off naturally as well, which is cool because it's all sat in there. We're still not using anywhere enough, near enough of this, which I'm kind of tempted. Why are we? Oh, because that's the outbound pipe. Okay, so we've had a bit of a spike in the base temperature somewhere. So we're sending in way cooler stuff than before, which is fine. We are squeezing in what material we can wherever we can, which is cool. But yeah, we're really I'll even go ahead and produce much more ceramic just to use up coal. We'll even make tons of refined carbon out of it. It'll make some room, give us some breathing space. See, I'm thinking I could just pump carbon dioxide into the bottom of the base. Put a bunch of lavas down there. But they require a bit more in-depth management rather than these or pips, which I can just leave. Because what we'll do is top row we'll use for food, which we will. I was thinking of trying to split it to drop it, but that causes problems. Could use a weight plate. So once it reaches, oh no, because then it won't be. Yeah, use a weight plate and then switch it off and force it to go to the bottom when it's full at the top. Yeah. Alright, nice and complicated. That's what we like. How are we doing for this? It's going and it's 27.6 degrees. Don't know what this puff's getting at over here. There isn't a lot to be got at in terms of oxygen and what have you. You're living, I mean, you're the greatest slickster on earth, man. I'm amazed you're surviving. Look at this, this is looking fantastic. Got tons of water again. We'll probably get close to overfilling, won't we? No, that's only just started filling up that level. We shouldn't get close to overfilling. By the time overfilling becomes an issue, we should actually empty that whole bit out. Talking of emptying, we're going. It's taken a bit of fucking time. There's loads of it. Weasewalks, man. We're gonna abuse Weasewalks and pips, which is why we need the pip farm to produce pips. I do want to know what that is, so as soon as we're near it, we're going to check it out. And it'll give me a little bit more sight over here. Which, man, there's tons of vents on this map. Tons. One thing I do want to do on this game is I want to try a tiny map. I want to try and survive with nothing. That's real self-sufficiency when you've got fuck all. These guys are going to struggle to live, so what I'm actually going to do is leave a gap and build a handful of these so they actually have somewhere to stand and breathe in carbon. Because again, that polluted water ain't going to stay here. Weasel. Doesn't matter how many you have, it's never enough. This is slowly getting emptied. It's important for this to be empty because the fucking pips will fuck up. And they'll pick up any old seed and try and plant that instead. I do want to collect the chlorine at some point though. Which there is a bunch over here. There is some carbon dioxide now getting pushed into there, which is great. We're now having very little issue in terms of carbon. This is full, the suits are staying full. All the little improvements have done the job. This has been researched, so it's dormant for quite some time. Here, 2.5 kilos some. Right, that one comes active pretty soon. Why is this not? Because this is never... It will actually, because it will push it further and further as it pressurizes. Okay, that's fine. As long as it pressurizes in time. Which it should. That should last the 4 cycles, and at that point this should easily shoot towards 5 kilos a square, because this will pop off doing 286 grams a second. How much does this do? 600. That one's crap in comparison, but hopefully it will provide enough to keep us rolling. This room is toasty, could easily boil water. And how are we doing? This is being done. Right, let's change the priority this to a 5 over here. This is, oh no, those blocks are important, but that is not. Neither is that. This is, I mean, I've got the argument here that this isn't that important. Push it real good. We will be cracking this area back open because there's a lot of improvements I need to make there. The first system is all well and good, but it's not. It's nowhere near perfect. And we do appear to be using resources because this is using resources, and we're actually emptying that room. So instead of it staying full, we're constantly making room. This, yeah, this is going to run dry well before. There's a little bit of piss there. Didn't see that. I am going to want to run, like I've got in the bottom here, this system which separates out the gases as needed. We are going to want to run one up here to do the same. But we do that when we've got the base sealed. Because for now we're not sealed. So we're having oxygen leaks everywhere. Okay, we're getting in. Show me what this is and then I can seal this off and we can move on. Temperature in here has got to be dropping drastically, yeah. It's barely 50 up here, 60 here. This is 40 degrees. Yeah, the temperature in there will drop enough. Show me what's in here. You never know, it might be something else useful. But for now, what we want is this capped off and that oil mopped. Doesn't belong there. Priority 9 that. I'm building these buggers, the lava, wherever they've gone, have a spot to stand on, but they've got no carbon, so it doesn't matter. This does no longer matter. They're gone. Couldn't save them in time. Right, this is clear. What is in here? One block and you run off, really. Bastards. Absolute bastards. I should, right, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to set that to auto harvest. Because, right, fried mushroom, we've got it on. Cooked fish, we've got it on. Barbecue, we've got it on. Well, we're going to harvest up some free mushrooms, which we also want to get to eventually, but they need slime and stuff, and I need to automate that too, so we don't end up off gassing a shit ton in the same room. Oh, there's another vent there. What is this one? That's cool. I can definitely make use of that free petroleum boiler. Now, speaking of making use of a vent, seal this up ASAP. We'll make it, no, it has to go lower because otherwise it will just block the entire thing. So what do we have down here? We do have one of those, so I do want a gap of about 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll run it up to the edge of the volcano. I may need to resize that later, but that's fine. This only needs to be a couple of squares high. We will liquid lock it. Good question, how am I going to liquid lock it without blocking the ladder, like so. Makes the room fairly larger than it needs to be, but that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. And then plumbing, gonna need one of those, which means I'll destroy that. 9. It's just to stop the polluted oxygen filtering out. This is all pretty high priority stuff. Speaking of, the digging and stuff internally has to be switched back to a 9. This has to be dug up. Yeah. Yeah. How many cycles? 1.6. This is already at 2.5 kilos. This is getting squashed, which means this will natural gas polluted oxygen is flicking between it. That's fine. Yeah, it's flicking back on. There, we're good. We're good. It's pressurized enough. I could do, and I will do it. This is a terrible idea. But if it reduces the amount of unwanted gas in there, it's worth it. Boom. Let some of that filter out. I'm hoping it's gotten to a high enough level. Looks like it. Not quite, apparently. Do it again. Let it go for a second. So pressure out here, lower. Right, so the moment it kind of gets to here, which we're getting there. It's just we got two systems fighting against each other right now. Do you know what? We're gonna switch that off. Got to remember to switch it back on. But we'll seal the room as soon as the gas pushes its way up a little bit. It's taking a long time. It is working though. Do you know what that do? And he gave up. And here's a wild pip. You might be the first to go in here, even though I'm not really set up for you. Can we get this done now then? Before the pip gets stuck. Please and thank you. How is... yeah, it's a good job I switched off the other one. Wrangle this idiot. Send him. Critter. Pip. Squeak. Priority. 9, yeah. This will only have 5 on this level. Auto wrangle surplus. Copy settings. 5 on the next level. All gravy. Who's idle? Why are you idle? Because you're stuck. Because you're fucking morons. Jesus Christ. At least he sealed the water in, I guess. Anyone rescue them, please? Thank you. I ain't saying they're idiots, but I think they might be idiots. Just maybe. Can't guarantee it, of course, but they certainly seem that way. Right. Now. Going to need a pitch pump, and we're going to need it here. That reaches all the way to the bottom. I don't care if it's fucking emergency priority. As long as I don't put a ton of jobs to be done, it doesn't really matter. Get rid of the oil, get rid of the oil. Right, and this can be set to liquid, crude oil, 9, enable water bowl. I can then, well, we can then talk about pumping and filtering this out. Because otherwise I've got to put a filter in here to deal with the excess oil in there, and I can't. It's a waste of power. Especially as it won't last very long. Do you know what? Stop auto bottling for a minute. What other jobs was I doing? Oh, I get so fucking distracted by this guy. I was sucking up ethanol, which is fine because it's running out. Which is fine because this is almost full. We did ship over a pip. Now I'm really hoping you do your job. And there shouldn't be any more seeds in here. At the bottom anyway. You can get the whole way round. I don't need this system. I'm an idiot. I didn't realise that. I forgot they walked on the ceilings. Don't you dare pick up that pinch of pepper. I'm not saying you're an arsehole, but you might be an arsehole. It's growing though, it's 40 degrees in here, so it's actually too hot in here. I will need to cool it, which I could use this. So use this to be cooled in here, use this to cool this room. Go plant a bloody arbor acorn. This is almost overfilling. How much is left in here? A lot. Not a lot, but enough to fill it. So we'll turn it off for now. I was going to say we do need some water eventually, but this is it. The oil's gone. The oil's gone. Huh? Ask no questions, I tell you no lies, alright? Let's move on. Enable water. Get that set up, and then we'll start pumping this, using it to cool this room to start with. And then, well, yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what to do with it afterwards. Copper ore. I can always pump it into our system here, but what's the point after a while? Plus, this doesn't need cooling. This doesn't need cooling. Although it will eventually fill with steam, it will cool down over time naturally. And I can always put some. Let's just stop anyone getting in and out for now. And hopefully this guy will plant some fucking arbor acorns. Once he's got one or two planted, I can switch off the rest and don't have to worry about that. Go, over here, plant it. Fuck you, Pip. You take a seed from over here and plant it up here, no worries. Alright, let's fix this then so it actually becomes a cool room. Which would involve beeswax as well, which would delete even more heat. Can you plant one? Or are you just going to keep emptying the bucket? You're going to keep emptying the bucket, that's fine. I think there's a Draco in there. I'll release him. I'm a kind and generous god. Alright, I did want to check this out. Yeah, that worked. It did work. It reduced that quite a bit. It's 3 kilos. This is going off. Is this still on? This needs switching on. Bugger. Okay, I could then start expanding the storage. And refinement was what I wanted to do a long time ago, but I got distracted by 101 other builds. What have you sent me? Is that someone tapping on the screen there, mate? Love it. Wow. I was expecting Bill Cosby face on the end of that. Oh, it's a hammer bonking the screen. Wait, what? Did it just change? What? Dum 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 dum. Anyway. Let's start, and we'll do it insulated, right? Because it goes in there, it comes out of here, goes in there, comes out of here, goes in there, comes out of here, adds onto the system. It's perfectly fine to remove this as well right away. At least I hope. We're about to find out. And I think the answer is no, it wasn't okay. Because I think we're out of power. Or we're going to run out of power. Yeah, we are. Shit. Turns out that was a bad idea. Can you please get this done? I know you just so happen to be the slowest bastard at building on the planet. Whatever. We're out of power. You're not going to get this done because you're too slow. We might have to risk setting dupes on fire. I mean, you're still working at it, granted. But, you haven't done shit. Come on. You're just so slow. Is anyone going to come and do this, or is power the issue? Power is the issue. Alright, well. Emergency backup it is. This needs to be run on immediately. We need to have that system back on yesterday. Gentlemen, one fucked up mightily. Come on, just while the power's on, someone run in. Or not. To be fair, I do need to set up a manual generator plant to add power back into the system because they get skill points. I was about to say, if you do one and leave, I'm going to be a wee bit pissed. Should have probably added a second suit. Come on. I swear always the worst skilled dupes go and do the jobs. Like whenever you've got an emergency, the worst skilled one goes, do you know what, I can do that. I reckon I can do that. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but fuck me. It is legitimately an emergency. The temperature in here is close to reaching breaking point for the equipment we've got in there. That's not cool. That's not cool. How many? 6 to go. Someone else get in here now. Thank you. Oh look, he's quick, he's quick. He's all over it. He's on it like white on rice. Look at that. Really? Anyone? One more block. Oh look, they're having a little chat about sleeping. I will build them the workout room now. I say workout room, it's just a manual generators to... Why is no one doing this? Unreachable build. Fuck. My bad. Getting a bit of polluted oxygen over here, which is not cool. Oh, because we got no power on, so it's not actually filtering polluted oxygen. Yeah, makes sense. Finally. Oh, we're gonna deconstruct these, and just above here we're gonna build a. No, we don't want to build it there. We want to build it. This needs to move. So we need to start refining. We need to get steel on the go. Also need to empty out all the polluted water here. This is producing cooler water, which I need to do what with? I need to build this room. Oh, he's finally started planting them. It's a miracle. And he gave birth. Had an egg. however you wish to say that, because we need to cool this room. Which, what temperature do they need? To 40 degrees, so I can use this water to cool this room. Give me gold. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll run this here, up here, through here, up here, through here, up, around. This doesn't need to be gold. Why waste the resources? Half of this doesn't need to be gold. Let's do that again then. Up to here. This shouldn't be on max priority. Let's put it on a 9. Across here. Up here. Round here. Stop there. Insulated. Over here. You can't go in there, I remember now. But you can now because, you know, you actually planted 1 or 2. This time, do not cut the power. Do not cut the liquid supply. It is vitally important. 1, 2. That does not happen. And this needs access too. And they can't reach that because they can't get in here, so we'll give you permission. Just temporarily. Because the temperature in here is going to go even higher now because of all this gold. You do have access to this. Why is this not getting built? Are you going to tell me it's unreachable? It's not unreachable. No one's building it. Just why? Apparently no one's building it. Okay, let's cancel it and do it again. High priority. I allowed access, right? Yes. It's an emergency. Why will no one build my pipe? I showed you my pipe. Please respond. Oh, and I'm out of tea. I probably was out of tea a while ago. I didn't need to dig that again after that because I already got access. Natural tile. Needed dirt. Yeah, but the temperature in here is nice and hot now, isn't it? Oh yes, oh yes. 40 plus degrees, it's fine. No need to worry about that. You're almost done with the piping, which means it can be cooled. We will eventually suck out the gases from this room and filter it into a pure O2 room or something like that, or whatever's necessary. But 30 odd degrees, is that enough for you to grow? No. We'll uproot that then, and then set it to be swept at a priority 9. New printable available. Muck root, that'll do. No one's eating the muck root though, but it's good as a backup. Yay, you picked up the seed. Guess what? You're a fucking legend. But you didn't know that. Right, okay, now we should be able to start deconstructing. No, that's pretty awful. That's pretty well. We can, yeah. It doesn't matter if a single drop goes into here because it'll just get filtered out the old-fashioned way. I would have to probably run it dry, but it doesn't matter. Temperature in here should decrease, which should allow this to grow. What does it need? Atmosphere. The atmosphere will be fine. It's not fine. I need to vacuum this out. Not vacuum it. I need to pressurize it, which I will, given time. And I need you guys to stop coming in and out because you're fucking up with the pit planting again. Okay, temperature in here should start to stabilise though to 30-ish degrees. Still a bit warm right now, but as time passes all of this will come back online. Okay. It's not blocked, which is great. Again, we may have to actually run this dry to get this water out, but I'll have the backup tank filled. Emergency build, really? Sure, why not? Dig that, dig that, dig that. There's a buddy bud there, there's a buddy bud there. I think this time we went and got those. And then, doesn't really need to be an emergency, but whatever, we'll just let them do it. Just let it happen, mate. You will be much happier for it. Water tank's refilling, that's an awful lot of water. Yeah, that's all good, that's all good. More oil, no more vents that way. There's still 2 vents in the far south we want to check out, but before I check those out, I want to have dry access. Do not want that. Then I'll go check those 2 out. Temperature in here is decreasing. I will use it to cool this room. It serves no real purpose at the moment other than, you know, it's cool water. This water is going to start heating up though over time as well. And this needs pressurizing. How do we pressurize? How do we... Doesn't matter what gas is in there, it looks like. Will this pip die? How long are they taking? 20%, it's 18, 23. Okay, yeah, so we just need to pressurize it a bit to make it solidly filled. There's about 1 kilo out here. Whoa. That needs to go. Okay, there's just a ton more oil up here. Subsurface ocean over here, but we don't care about that. I've got so much fucking salt water. I've got so much water. I've got water coming out of my ear holes, eye holes, nose holes. Hands off my eye holes. I can't believe you're still living, Slickster. You're fucking amazing. That's a couple of generations now that have lived out here happily. I think in memory of that, Slickster, I am going to pressurise this with carbon. Yeah, let's do it, because there's a carbon vent nearby. Yeah, alright. How much carbon is in here? Fucking shit tons, holy hell. Okay, let's build a liquid lock. You're going to lock someone in there, I can tell. Right, so what's the go here? Right, they've mopped that. I've got to turn off this emergency priority, it's already doing my header. 9. Okay, and then find out what these are, please. This may actually... No, it won't. It won't quite freeze the polluted oxygen, will it? Freezing temp 183 degrees, yeah, that's not going to make it. But accessing this is quite important because that's where weasels are going to come from. I just need my pips to survive. So pressurizing this is more important. So could I possibly hijack some oxygen or something? Yes, we could. I am going to borrow this for a short period of time. Luckily for me, there's fuck all gas being pumped this way. What's the max? 10 tons. Okay, 10 ton? Yeah. No, 10 kilos. 10 kilo air pressure. That's the max. And state of this is going. That build will take a minute or two. And you're going to need access into here, but you've planted all the Albert acorns, yes, so I don't mind allowing access now. Gottverdammt. Push it real good. Do, 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 do. Temperature is 41 degrees, that's fine. Like I said, no idea what to do with the water afterwards after we've cooled this a bit. And it's pretty much only going in there to cool the steam so it turns into water. Not that we're using a lot of the water right now, but we could use that for creating oil and stuff later. And having it cooler is not a bad idea. Are we even... We're not even going negative on this. I think we're getting more polluted water than we're consuming. How? How is my system working that good? Because this is now online. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 I see, I see. So pumping that entire ocean in there wasn't a great idea because we're actually creating more water than we can consume. Because this is pretty much on permanently. So I could create another. Right now though, all of that is junk, so put that onto back order. Okay, that vent looks like it's about ready to function, no? It is functioning. Fantastic. Right, so we'll get a decent bit of pressure in here. And then we'll turn it off, deconstruct it. We're going to have a little bit of pressure leak, but I'm hoping by the time we come to that point, there should be stable pressure in here. It's the mixed gas that is the real issue. Should have probably vacuumed this out. But look, these are all permanently now growing. And I think the gas is actually warmer. There's a kilo. How about over here? Hydrogen 500 grams, kilo. It's the bottom section currently that's an issue. But once these guys stop coming in and out of here, which they should now, it's a great thing. Apparently they can't deconstruct that piping because they can't reach it, so we're gonna help you with that. Not gonna go any closer to that door. I'll fucking cancel the piping this side. We'll worry about that later. Oh, and we're also bringing polluted water up from down here, which is something we want to do. It's just I forgot all about it. This isn't being touched right now. So yeah, we're definitely claiming more polluted water right now than we can use. But it won't stay that way forever. And we're beginning to hit decent pressure in here. So I'll let it run for a little bit longer. And then I'll switch it off because kilo and a half, kilo and a bit, 600 grams. It's kilo down this end, 600ish grams down that end. Okay, so yeah, this will even out pretty quick now. I'll let it pump. Let's give it 30 seconds, give or take. Oh, we dug it up. What is it? Leaky oil fissure. Okay, that's good, but we don't want it leaking yet, so 1, 2. And then just whatever is on this side. Don't want it leaking before I'm ready for it, because I've got a lot of fucking shit to do still before we're ready for oil. Refinement is one of those things. This room is just fucking burning. Luckily we capped it, because holy shit. And there was me thinking about using that water as well. No need. No fucking need. I'm getting there. Alright. This is getting slowly done as well. This is something we need to do sooner rather than later, because as we're cooling this room, which is definitely fine now. I'll suck all the gas backwards, that's fine. Let's go and remove this. Are we going to have a bit of a backup? Yeah, we are. Just do to there then. Oh, I'm really struggling to... Holy fuck, I've got to stop this. Any more and we're overfilling. Man, I thought this would have been plenty. But, temperature, no. So we're running on the edge of acceptable temperatures, right? So I'm going to have to redo this, which I can't do it easily. No, it just means cooling the polluted water, doesn't it? The clean water, which comes out over here. And to clean it, wow, we're burning through a lot of liquid right now. Yeah, we're thumping through the liquid, keeping the base cool. Okay. That means I need to improve some areas. Can I have the snazzy suit? Thank you. Warm sweater, get a snazzy suit. Nice. So I need to cool the water in here. Oh, and look, that's out of ethanol. And I can't really afford to bring in any more ethanol until we start using it. But I need to cool the ethanol to ensure we can grow nosh beans. So I need to get that on the go as well. These are growing quite steadily now. This room is now more important because I need to cool the water going into the base because it's causing issues, which means a complete remodel. And I'd like to put Weaswalks in here as well, so don't forget that. So this needs to be hydrogen, so I need to make hydrogen, which means I'll make extra oxygen, which means we can start accepting dupes because I need to use up that oxygen. So we can use the hot water coming out of here. So yeah, let's create some hydrogen. We'll burn off the excess in a hydrogen generator, which will provide a bit more power in our system, which this needs updating still. Oh my god, it's such a fucking ball ache, isn't it? Right, so turn hot water into hydrogen, so hydrogen and oxygen, wrong button. A electrolyzer, so we need to build a little room for that, which would be where somewhere out of the way, and the closer it is to the water the better. So I could actually do it around here somewhere. Did we dig this up? It's an iron volcano. Oh yeah, let that rip. Let it fucking rip. It can erupt all day down here. Which means I will actually seal this off once they've dug that out. I'll break another route in to get to that iron because I don't want to. I want to be able to fill this area here. This is done. Didn't realise that. It was a good job I noticed. Otherwise it would have kept filling with crude oil and it would eventually leak. Fuck man, I got distracted again. Right. We need to make hydrogen. I need to use the hydrogen to fill rooms so I can make coolers and stuff like that, especially in here. Because if I have hydrogen in here, and is that polluted water? God fucking damn it. You try to make a clean system. The game says no, I don't think you will. Then again, it's off-gassing, right? So shouldn't it theoretically off-gas until it doesn't exist anymore? Or not, because it's animating the off-gas, but it doesn't appear to be making any gas. Or reducing in content. That's a bit of a fucking pain. I suppose what I can do is this. Give me that polluted fucking water. Are we actually going idle now? I hope that can reach it. Please tell me you have access to polluted water. You do not. God damn it. Fine. There's a pollutant in my system and I'm very unhappy about it. But fine. Right, so we want to refactor this, so we want to have, yeah, I'd say here. Insulated pipe. We want this coming into that, so, I mean, just continue it on, I guess. Put it into the framing. Yeah, but why not prepare? Right, so the idea would be to have Weaswalks along here, right? So if we go plumbing, we go radiant liquid pipe, we take gold, and we run it across here, down here, across here, and out. Right, we're not going to worry about the temperature because this is all going to go back into the initial system eventually. This needs to be hydrogen as well. Right, so then we pump it out of here. If it is below the temperature we aim for, which will be 25 degrees, because that should be what it's coming in at from the external source. If it's below 25 degrees, we use it to cool this, which in turn cools the water going out, which in turn cools the base, which in turn reduces our need for salt water, which prevents us from using too much. So, but if it's above, we then pop it back into this system where it gets filtered again past the Weaswalks and the hydrogen and all that good stuff, yes. Okay. Okay. I feel like I've added one too many steps there and I'm probably wasting a little bit of power doing so, but no, reject. Because I'm not ready to create the oxygen necessary to set this system up. Okay. Very complicated. There's going to be so much fucking pipe spaghetti in this base, so much. Speaking of spaghetti, I really need a cup of tea. Can someone do this now so I can get on to the next stage of my diabolical plan? You probably can't reach it, can you? All this is going away for natural tiling shortly, but whatever. Build the gold pipe. Build the gold pipe. There we go. Now I can actually begin shrinking this room down to the size that it needs to be. Right, so we're going to have natural tile, Weasel, that's too high. A gap, I guess, and then yeah, we'll make this the ceiling. So let's do that. Start making this fit for purpose rather than just fit. Okay, so we mop this. Then we need a liquid lock in and out because I'm going to need to vacuum it. So we can start taking down this. I don't think there's any plumbing or wiring that runs through there. No. Okay, again here. And then we can use this as the entrance, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. And clearing this out, we're going to have a bit more flow vis-a-vis gases. And that's always a good thing. So the temperature in here overall should continue to come down. Yeah, it should continue to drop. So it's getting cooling before it gets cooling. Yes, quite. Marvel at my mastery of the English language. You're going to get stuck over there, I'm sure of it. Because we need to cool that water pretty soon. And we are, yeah, because we're pumping tons of that into the base, which is really nice because it rapidly drops the temperature around the base. Because yeah, it pumps in ice cold water. But it's not enough to keep this running full time, and that's a scary proposition. Not having our food on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But here we are beginning to get the next piece to my master plan on. That has been dug out. I'm not going to seal it off until we have access or until we start doing the oil. Right, but now what we need is to put oil here. Liquid, crude oil, 9. Then I need to vent this out so I can do you a favour and pump in a bunch of carbon dioxide here. So much so that I'm actually going to expand your little area and give you drainage. He survived through thick and thin, and I'm determined to keep him alive. This lava it's a beauty. That's all online. That's fantastic. I might even give him just decorations. His bloodline shall live forever. How old are you? 69. That's not cool. You haven't had an egg, have you? There is no egg. There is no egg. You could die. Gentlemen, we have an issue. Enable water bottle. You can't get over there. You can't get over there. That is a mistake by moi. There's access. I'll try and rescue you, lava. I'll try and make your environment perfect. Speaking of environment, these can go. We have a proper... They all look like masterpieces up there now. Does that mean... Yes. How wunderbar. How absolutely wunderbar. Give us another. because the bathroom looks like shit apparently. I mean, I suppose I could try hiding the piping, but fuck off. You're getting a bit picky. It's a bathroom, it doesn't need to look like the bloody Taj Mahal. Can we rescue him? Can we do enough for this lad and his bloodline to live forever? Being here, they're providing some carbon dioxide. They're printable, probably don't care about it, but no. Obviously we want to expand in dupes, but that's a future me problem. That's not a current me problem. Can we mop that oil up? Where is the lava? Have you trapped him? You've trapped him. Free the lava. Free my dude the lava. I don't think he's going to have an egg. Which is a crying shame. I tried my best, but it weren't good enough. Can't reach that anyway. That's a shame. In his memory then we'll start shifting lavas over there. We'll build a self-contained lava. What do you do? Do you just empty? You're not what I want. Just disable building. Enable that and disable it full stop. Man, I'm doing all I can, lava. I just don't have enough oil to block off the next section. Let's get that done then. Ah, that's annoying. Alright, we're getting some oil. Okay. Still need to give you way more carbon dioxide, but I'm working on that. Colony achievement earned. That's for doing a year, who cares? Steady 37 degrees in here, and these arbor acorns are getting close to done. So you may survive. You did have an egg. Your egg will survive for sure. Yeah. It was still maxed out on storage, but again, I can only start reducing that as I start clearing shit up. Don't know where people are running off with oil. Oh, there is a lava in here. Well, Operation... Oh, there's a vent there too. Operation Lava Bloodline is still ongoing. I mean, like 4 generations survived over there without any assistance, so like I want to get them. I want to give them a little home. Which, you know, we need to keep the temperature in there as well. This should, yeah, that's fine. Deconstruct that. What we need to do next then is cap this. Right, build a new ladder. It's fine if it goes down to here. And then what we're going to do is absolutely pump you full of carbon dioxide. We will automate it somewhat because we don't want to give you too much. Well, no, we want to keep you at a nice clip. Because we'll vacuum this out, use all the carbon dioxide to go into here. This polluted water isn't going anywhere. Right, as soon as you build that last square, I can enable this. And done, enable. Put it at priority 9. We want to fill it very, very quickly. And then start venting this out as a background task. And then I can worry about hydrogen. Didn't allow me to place that, did it? No. How are we doing? Not enough yet? Is that even going to be enough oil to fill this in? It is not. So, I need access to more oil. Can't build it there because of the stuff that's in the way. Can't get, no, we can get through there. Right, and also we want... I mean, that's going to work as a liquid lock. Kind of. Kind of. Smart battery made out of gold, yeah. It is funny that gold is my most common resource. Just build it out of gold, man. Fuck it. Now we need access to here. And then I'm going to have to dig all that out to ensure I can mop some oil. Right, someone will run on that eventually. Carbon will get pumped into there. We're not going to be able to mop any of that, are we? We'll have to keep trying. It's super hot in here as well, isn't it, boys? I know. Just imagine if you did your job. I'm not even worried about collecting the... Yeah, that's it. Pump the carbon in there, baby. Not even bothered about collecting the oil from there. I'm just doing it for the pit to live. There's a lava eggs, man. Alright, we'll take them. And then what we'll do is base. Storage bin. Oh, that should be enough oil. And over time this will get vacuumed. This is getting filled with carbon dioxide. Yeah, now turn this into critter egg, lava egg, priority 9. As long as there gets to be 3 or 4 in there, we'll call it a day. Deconstruct that. That's not got enough actually. Cancel deconstruct. 6. Deconstruct now. Fantastic. His line will continue forever. And the carbon that's coming out of here will fill this up wonderfully. You say you're emitting polluting oxygen. It says 0. And you're not reducing in quantity. Well, it actually has. It used to be 30 odd grams. So maybe it will off gas very, very, very slowly over time. There was a little bit of polluted oxygen I saw there, so maybe it was just the quantity of gas above it. This is now sorted. I told you we'd save, or at least attempt to. Allow the gas to flow a bit more freely. And we're going to do the same here by cutting out all of that. Move it down. The base will go here because it's perfect level as well. Because we may use that room later on, maybe, if I really require that much power. Right. Anyway, now I can. Is it reducing quantity now? Yes, it is very slowly, but that's great news. Temperature in here is not very hot. But again, not to worry. Right, so we do have a ton of polluted water there that can be used. We do have access to this, which is probably pumping out shit tons of iron, which is taking forever to cool, which will eventually melt stuff around here, which will eventually turn into water and pool at the bottom, which is also absolutely fine. This room is, holy shit, 5 kilos in every square, really. Alright, well, you can have even more storage, I guess. Give us another 2 layers. Remember, do not disconnect the piping. They cannot replace it quick enough. This is just... this room. Again, I'll fill it with hydrogen, use it to boil water or something. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. There's a couple of pips in there, but again, I don't have to worry about that. We've got our own pips. Our own... look, one's popped. And they're probably stealing the goddamn lumber. Growing branches. Just in case, I'm locking that room off for right now. You don't get to steal the lumber. Still making crude oil like a fucking beast. How is the eggs doing? They're incubating. That's all cool. This is getting sucked. The great suck. 12.6, 28.6. It is reducing. It's just incredibly slow, man. Are you really running out of that jobs on this side of the base? That's great news then. I'm going to work on this hydrogen into, well, water into oxygen hydrogen system. And so we will accept 2 new dupes. Someone's maxed on stress. Why? Because of your morale. Understood. It's a better food, more decorations. Things like that are pretty important right now. I will spam these. And then, where's the other type? Blank, yeah. Not this one though. We'll put a long boy in the middle. That will help in general because it will spread their. It will really improve the buff. Because I'm assuming the piping and stuff doesn't make it any more beautiful. Yeah, no. But like this is nice and green. This is green. This will turn green. This could be greener, but whatever. It's a bathroom, man. Get over it. So. Temperature in here is 25 degrees. This is 30, 25, yeah. So, okay, what the fuck am I going to do with the excess water? Clean it, turn it into more hot water. There's oil here. Fuck did this oil come from? Had to come from above, right? This must have overfilled at some point. Okay. No, it's here. This is... my fault. This I forgot this even existed. We've been wasting a lot of oil there. So much so that there is too much to mop there. Okay. Alright. Back to the issue at hand. Creating hydrogen. Again, I want to call that though. If we're going to start creating hydrogen and oxygen, it's going to come out super fucking hot unless this is cooled. Which means using this, which means I would need to... I need to build the Weasewalk box. It's a necessity. This as a cooling system, as a backup cooling system, is a necessity. So let's start with the hydrogen oxygen. It's going to be horrible oxygen. We'll pump it into fucking something to use up and expand by 2 dupes. So can't attack, decreased medicine. That's kind of fine. Is operating, suit wearing, and all that. Yeah. I mean, green thumb though. I am, yeah, happier with that. You're on board. Let's get you straight into all this. Alright. Who's the other one with next to no? 1, 2, 1. Sorted. Schedule, you need to be moved into this. Okay. Right, do they provide any bonus just as is? No, they do not. They will not provide any bonus until they're painted. That's also fine. Should use up a few resources as well. This is slowly becoming a vacuum. This is slowly, very, very fucking slowly off-gassing. Which is why if you want to do a polluted oxygen to 10.3 kilos, if you wanted to do polluted oxygen to oxygen system, you have to have a very wide boy. These guys are sustained. They're definitely sustaining themselves. Temperature in here is staying at a comfortable 36. Same in there, but we need to cool this, which is this, which will then need to be consumed via a different route. I need to check that as well, but I need to get the ethanol, and to use the ethanol I need to make more cooling. To make more cooling I need to fucking use more water. This is such a circular fucking issue. Alright, let's start with using a bit more water. I'd rather insulated, thank you. Well, insulated, yeah, I should. I shouldn't until I've cooled this. Speaking of, let's check the piping. So it runs across here, so I can get it up there. So this needs to be turned into weasels pretty quick. So jobs I can do then. So natural tiles, things that are very thermally reactive. Sedimentary rock, iron, aluminium would be best. To be fair, let's just do solid gold blocks. I feel rich as is. Can't place it? Why not? Won't let me place it over that? Okay, sure. Well, we'll start knocking these out. There should be all sorts of background jobs I've been putting off get done right now. Or should be getting done. I want it made out of gold. Why? Because I'm a rich bitch. Right, and that leaves me the two spots I need to put both of the things that I need. You're made out of gold, that's beautiful. I was hoping for more of a gold bar sort of look, but it'll do. Right, this is almost vacuumed, which is great news. Is this not being deconstructed? Higher priority. Right, because then what I need is, we're going to have to pick up at least one idiot. Food. We need one of these, and I need the dupe can get anywhere, but not the dupe, the pip can get anywhere, but this will do. Because it will be a singular pip. It just says growing branches. Is it actually growing though? I have to assume it is. Because they've been starving for ages, but you know, they're not dead, so they must be eating. It looks like that one's been harvested. So sure, yeah, it's back to 11%, so surely it has, right? Surely. Okay, so this needs to be seeds, yeah. And it needs to be weasels. 9. How many do we actually have? There's 4, 5, 6. Nice. That's a good start. Right, now that's almost vacuumed, so I can start putting my concentration back into the whole hydrogen generation. So let's just create the electrolyzer. I do need it in a place with a bit of space. This is getting so hot, that's got to be dealt with. Question is, how much hydrogen am I going to end up creating? Could I not just suck out from what we got at the top of the base? A couple of kilos, you know, that could actually work. No, there's no point in doing that. Let's get this going though. I will spam those containers the whole way down eventually. But let's keep it close to here for now. I'll do electrolyzer. I'll just build some sort of very basic container for this. Okay, so hydrogen is going to be the lies, so it's going to kind of collect at the top here. Again, it would be a system we'd ideally just lock off. And we're not worried about perfect power generation. I do know of the old Rodriguez, I do know of all of those sorts of things, but I'm not too worried about that, to be precise. To be that precise even. What we're talking of is just general hydrogen creation, not a full-on system to survive on, because we've got other stuff for that. But yeah, now when this is vacuumed, and I believe the polluted water is all collected into one little lump, which is off-gassing occasionally, very occasionally. But it won't cause a problem long term. No more lava eggs. Oh, I need another dupe. Never mind. This is slowly getting done. There's a nice layer of oil here, and he's going to create forevermore. There's still fuck all in the way of carbon dioxide, so I'm actually going to give him extra. I could attempt to just flow it in naturally, I guess. That's a lot of fucking work though. And the dupes are going to hate it. But we can try, right? We'll bring it to there. Because if I don't have to pump it, we save power. Matches up with that. Comes straight down. And goes into here. I'll do it 3 wide. We will at some point need to fix it. But for right now, this should work quite swimmingly. Yeah. I mean, I can even use it as a cooling solution. I really could, because it's pumping it out really cold. Yeah, okay. That's further cooling. That's advanced cooling. This is just basic bitch cooling. Oh man. Because the temperature is going to stay real low. Even as this pumps the whole way around, we will analyse it as well. I was about to say I should probably really reduce the speed at which we're doing it, but there's no worries about it. They haven't got much else to do while this gets vacuumed. Oh yeah, my hydrogen box. Almost forgot about you. Right, so ventilation, gas pump. I did not build this big enough for what I was thinking of. Fuck it. It really doesn't matter. We'll keep it in a real tight system. There's got to be a way to fit that in, yeah. So, what we'll do is we'll build a tank here. There's a fucking morb in there. How is there a morb in there? I don't want to deal with the morb. So yeah, we'll just pop a tank above here. Give a little ladder, because they're not going to be able to reach that, are they? Yeah, no, okay, cancel that and that. Gas reservoir. Storage tank. Alright, then we have gas going into there, hydrogen coming out as selected into here. And then this is going to be whatever the fuck else. And it will just get dumped into general baseland, which I guess is like here. Well, there's going to be some hydrogen at least anyway. And we can break this off into there. And then I've got power it all. You need to be looking for hydrogen. Power. Gold. 720 watts, that's fantastic. Right, that's great. Remember, another dupe. Got to throw another dupe on the Barbie. And this does not have anywhere near enough carbon. But again, they're working on this in the background. It will provide tons of carbon. Because this is probably still 5 kilos a square, that's no worries. And it will force all bad gases up and out, which is also great. These are nearly never running. I'm very tempted to move them because we're having more problems with polluted oxygen over here than we are anywhere else. What is our negativity? Tons, apparently, absolutely tons. This, we're going to update this right to an AND sensor. AND gate. So if the two inputs are a yes, and they're going to be do one left and right. So if and I want element sensor, wattage, timer, gas element sensor. Let's get physical. Right, if the pressure's above a kilo and it senses carbon dioxide at the level, we switch it on. If not, we don't care. Gas element sensor, unbreathable gas, carbon dioxide. This should then run a bit less and this should get a bit more carbon dioxide, increasing water usage, reducing power consumption. You actually have pretty much cooking and farming. I don't really need cookers and farmers, do I? I mean, they'll never hurt. Can't dig. Pacifist. Cooking, farming, athletics. You're better. What don't I have? I don't have a full engineer, but don't we have? We have someone for that now. So you can farm and run around and be a happy chappy. Alright, not priorities, schedule. Your lucky dupe number 12. Welcome back to the fucking club. Food is now the issue, which is part of the cooling issue, isn't it? Which we're working on. Yeah. And the real way for me to do that is to continue our expansion. Which means this is not a vacuum, polluted oxygen. This is still off gassing, and 32.5 grams, that sucks. That means it's going to take ages for this to become a vacuum. How is this hasn't been done yet? Are we? No, we're not out of oxygen. I know other things are, other things in the base are a bit more important. Decoration should be sick now. Wrong buttons, that one. Yeah, look at that. Green the whole way up and down. We could even do the kitchen. Let's give the kitchen a bit of a hot look. A couple of paintings to get nice and greasy over time. Right, then copy settings, because just let it happen. This can go pretty soon, but as we've increased our dupe count, I'm not ready to do that yet. You still only have 6. How many spots do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I should go and hunt down more. That would involve digging out an ice section, which That's pretty much the only one that's easily accessible. This one, I suppose, but I wouldn't want to do that. Still alive down there, what a legend. This is just filled with fluid oxygen that needs to go. This is fine. That will be the coolant for this system. This is already overheated. I mean, sure. Wait, are we not? Are we? What's the issue here? Pipe blocked. What pipe? Not anymore. Okay. It's up and running. I will come back and clean this out at some point, but for now, just to have it running is good. Has increased the consumption of water here, which means I need to get the cooling system for that up and running. I don't know what I'm going to do about this long term for cooling, but I'll figure that out later. This is being done slowly, very slowly, but it's still being done. Got a long way to go. It's going to take them longer and longer because they're going to have to go longer and longer without oxygen, which is, you know, your problem, not mine, sort of dealio. Because we're attempting to save our dear friend, the lava, who is sucking up so much carbon dioxide. It's incredible. This system is saving power, converting more carbon into oxygen the old-fashioned way. This will eventually fill when this system will turn off, which is why I put no automation in there. It's because it doesn't require any. This is slowly filling. We will probably empty the entire thing for this room, most likely. But until I see a couple more pips in here, I'm not there. And maybe some lumber on the floor, because I mean they are growing branches, but it takes forever, man. But that's the problem with doing it naturally. I'd need way more arbor acorn seeds. Saying that, can I, wherever these idiots are planting stuff, let's start harvesting. Any natural production we can get right now is pretty useful. We don't harvest them. We don't harvest stuff in the natural sector. Anything else though is fair game. Don't know why I'm doing this. We don't have access to any of this shit. But sure, go for it. Let's get physical, physical. You've almost broken into the next sector, which is still a long way, mighty long way. Yeesh. Could also start talking about Draco farming, but I can't be fucked with that neither. I want stuff that we don't have to manage, that will manage itself. This is one such system. I'm hoping we get a few more arbor acorns out of some harvesting. I couldn't guarantee it at all, but one hopes. Have these guys left any? I mean, one tree, 3 trees is enough to sustain 2 of these bastards, so. This system is up and running, so what I should do is take the old one, which is this one, dump him in here and hope that he plants in time. But it needs a door first, otherwise it won't count. This polluted water, it's dropped by 2 entire grams all this time. Fucking hell. How are you doing? 170 grams. Not great, it turns out. Still working on it though for you. We do want you to live forever, or at least your descendants. It's free oil, man. Free oil, without lifting a finger. Do you know what? You can go and clean up the pee up here as well, or as much as possible anyway. Literally couldn't care less. So now, how are we doing decor wise now? The little extra, yeah, it's looking fantastic around the base now. Fantastic. But I do need to start calling this desperately. We are working on it, it's just taking a long time. And I think it's gonna be a long time before touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am. That Komono. This system is slowing down because we can't pump enough out, but look, all that oxygen's pushing through the base. It's just further adding to our supply. We're not going to run out of oxygen anytime soon. I could improve the flow by clearing out more stuff here. Ethanol is something I'd like to use as well. So are they creating dirt from eating the... Wait, they must, right? So he's not even hungry, so yeah. Diet arbitrary excretion dirt, yeah, so they're eating, they're good. They live in good. I could incubate them to increase their numbers. And we could definitely automate that. But I'm less interested, I'm more interested in getting this online. How's this going? 29.3, I swear that was 28 not long ago. It's gotten larger. Alright, well let's just continue getting this system up and running. Alright, because what we want is a pump here. We want to check its temperature at some point. So just a quick, from up the arsehole. Liquid thermo sensor. Excuse me. Liquid thermo. Excuse me. What are you doing, game? Liquid thermo sensor, thank you. I'm made out of iron, made out of gold. Right, so what we want to do is here, here, check the temperature, right? If it is above X temperature, we want this to be off or on. Lead? Yeah, lead would be fine. This environment won't get that hot. So send green signal, so allow the water to flow through if below 30 degrees. Wait, actually, what is the temperature we want that water at? Okay, so 28 degrees. 28 degrees. Send green signal if below 28 degrees. Yes, so that will allow it to flow through, which we can then use to cool here. And then when it's gone through that system once, we'll pump it back down into here, into this. So, plumbing, radiant. We just want it to be all radiant. High thermal conductivity. I do have so much lead, I don't mind using it. So bring it up to here, bring it into here, checks the temperature into there. Right, if it's below 28, it goes out, up into here, and around here. Right, we'll do it up this way and back before we take it back onto that system, right? And what we do that with is insulated pipe, bring it over, we bring it down, and bam. It's not how I want that to be long term, but it will work. Now, if the temperature is not correct, what we will do is instead come out here, come up to here, and then hook into there. I don't know if this will work because of the alternating connections. Pressure coming from different ways. But we'll find out. Because then the next step is putting the power on, which we want to use an actual system. It's 2 kilowatts. That's 2 kilowatts. That's not. Okay. So let's add this onto there. We can just deconstruct that straight away because there's already 2 suits that will work anyway. Right. Then that will be, or should be, enough power for me to feed this system, which we'll find out now. So 240, it's literally just enough. Oh, go on. Save the game, goddammit. Okay. And really, I may as well just do it. Okay, that will provide the cooling system. It also needs the automation wire. It needs the automation wire first, because otherwise it will just pump warm water out. Okay. Okay. We are producing a decent amount of hydrogen, so this is almost ready to run. It will provide a slim amount of cooling on its own volition right now, or not, because this room is now on fire. Well, aren't I glad I built a purpose-built hospital? Yes, I can into English. Yes, quite. Me, English, impossible. Yes, you're all on fire. We'll get out of there. First incapacitated person who's already been rescued. Are we going to get another? It's so hot. It's turned some of the water from salt to clean water. That's fine. Why isn't it functioning? Okay, so the water is too warm, so it should go through the cooling system, but it does not. So step 1 is to attempt to connect it in a slightly different way, and by doing so I need to plumbing pipe deconstruct 11 this go. Unless you're a weasel. No. Everyone's injured, man. Callista, Tomcat, the works. That still didn't fix it, no? Because it's not connected, because I'm a fool. That's fine. Man, what's with that weird yellow bar that came up there? Who knows? Let's get physical, physical. It's working. Huh. Send green signal if below. Right. Pipe blocked. So it won't do it because this hasn't been connected. Yes. Makes sense. So now the cooling loop has to be plumbed in. So zoom me out. Bring it straight up. Having it right next to a volcano is not the best idea, but fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. Ugh. Go on then. It will provide some passive cooling. You should bring the temperature down a little. You really going to be radiant? Yeah, goddamn. this isn't being done with any speed. Do it right fucking now. Do it all right fucking now. I want to start cooling that water. I want the food to stay growing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 10 years a decade, 100 years, 10 decades a century, 10 centuries a millennium. A decillennium. That might be 10 millenniums. Maybe. Achievement earned. What for this time? 1 year to be exact. Distribute 1,000 kilos of oxygen using gas vents. Yeah, whatever. This, has it filled the tank? Not quite. But it is pumping beautiful oxygen everywhere. Look at that. There's just oxygen everywhere. That's what we like to see. Okay, so the temperature is being reduced across the board in this room. Even if it's not the way we want it to be reduced. Is this beginning to get reduced? 32.2 degrees. 32.1. It's coming down. It's going to take time though. It's going to take time. .32 degrees. Yeah, it's going to take time. This though, how we're going to cool this without having the hydrogen, the Weaswaltz, and this fucking polluted oxygen. It's down to 25 grams. All right, we're gonna skip worrying about that right now, and we're gonna run some polluted, some hydrogen straight to it. Okay, it is time. All right, so we'll come out, we go up, we cut through, we go round and up. Go up because cutting under would be a pain. We're all on emergency build, are we? Well, fuck. It's also fine because I can't afford to pump the hydrogen while this system's still connected. Sure, emergency build the lot. You're going to be really pissed off for me, but someone's on 78% stress anyway, so fuck them. Is this actually... It is beginning to pull. We could dig this out for Weaswaltz. What are we down to? We've done 60 odd out of 100. And they are picking up granite from the surrounding area, so that's a bit much, a bit of an improvement. They take it for granite. Do you mean granted? What? You mean granite? It's not granite. It's granted. That's such a fucking good moment in Rick and Morty, man. That really tickles my fucking pickle. So yeah, it's still coming out below 28 degrees, which means this is dropping in temperature, which is ideal. So the output temperature should start coming down to 37 degrees, 38. It's coming in at 38 degrees. What's the fucking temperature over here? 38 degrees. Holy hell. Yeah, that needs cooling desperately. It's so much, in fact, it's absolutely destroying our base temperature. So I think it's time for us to dump all this in here to improve the cooling too. So let's get on that. I heard you like cooling, bro, so I added some cooling to your cooling so you can cool while you cool. See what I did there? That is the correct place on the system, yes. I've got to take this off emergency priorities, doing my head in. We are going to piggyback off this one even though it's overloaded, but this will only run temporarily. New printable, Arbor Acorn, don't need it, but throw it in. So have you stopped? No, one of you has died. You haven't laid another egg. How old are you? 19. So I don't know when egg laying time is, but we're 3 of them in here was plenty. I do need to add more pips to that farm because I desperately need more pips to be able to expand. But we are kind of maxing out. Several of these are harvestable, but we don't want to harvest. Is this running? It is. Temperature should be decreasing. Yeah. So this is pretty cool. So this will cool the entire place. It is backing up to get in, but it's going to be, yeah, the cooler stuff. So 10 degrees cooler than most. So that'll bring the temperature down in here, which in turn will bring the temperature down in there, which in turn will just generally be fucking awesome. But because we're pumping in so much salt water, wait a minute, have we run out? No, because that's the overflow from the main system. That's all cool, yeah. So the main system is no longer overheating, or it doesn't appear to be. This is still too hot, but look at that. Look at the temperature. Oh, just comes in and bloop, 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 bloop. Everything starts growing again. It's fantastic. But obviously we don't want to have to wait for that. We do want to manage it itself, which this looks like it's cooling. It is. It's that polluted water though. 24.3, it's going. Alright. I'm going to ignore that. I am going to ignore it. As much as it fucking infuriates me that that exists, we're going to ignore it. Okay, so vent, gas vent, that, and then I need to check to see if we need any bridges. Bridges, build a little bridge for me. Yeah. That's the only one. Because I'm the only one. Oh look, oh look. Loads of work was done in here when I wasn't looking. And carbon dioxide is sat at a healthy 6.3 kilos. My dude, you are going to spend your final days in fucking bliss. There is going to be so much carbon dioxide, you cannot believe it. Temperature in here is decreasing. It won't pump again until this is out, but again, this is only a temporary measure, and it's going to be fantastic. Now the hydrogen's getting in, which will proper help to stabilise the temperature. Yeah, look at that. It's coming in hot, but it's cool pretty quick, baby. And that's what hydrogen's good for. Hydrogen, what is it good for? Cooling buildings. Okay, this is taking some time. That's an awful lot of salt water I've got going in. We might disable it at some point and then re-enable it later. No, as long as it doesn't overfill, it doesn't matter. Right, we need to talk pips. You have rotten meat because we can't go in and collect it. Yes. So you're off gas until you're done, right? Really? Does its mass not change as it off gases? I mean, that's the correct way for this to go. Rotten meat unreachable. Doesn't say. Okay. Okay, well then I'm actually fine at allowing access What are you guys running up here for, just out of curiosity? Oh, because you're still doing this. Yes, 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 yes. Look at you go. Feed my pretty. Feed him. Feed all of the babies. Victory. You wanted carbon, kiddies? Enjoy the kilos upon kilos upon kilos of carbon. How cool does this keep it? It's 20 degrees here. It does come out at a chilly 55, negative 55. It's already 400 grams, that's fantastic. Wunderbar. Well, this will slowly fill with oil. This is coming close to max sort of pressure. But are we out of stored hydrogen? We must be by now, judging by how slow that is. Yeah, we are. So we do need to talk pips, right? Yeah, we're not giving them enough time to pick them up, so reduce that in priority. So our dupes have that little to do, they will automatically get that done like ASAP. Okay. Alright. Well, if we're pip farming, we want more pips. There's only one left over here. That sucks. I could theoretically dump more lumber in. I don't care about that. I mean, I could endlessly stack lavas in here, but right now it doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter. At 8 kilos a square of carbon, this is also absolutely fine. We're not running out of polluted water. It started cooling again, which is good. And yeah, we're not overfilling. I mean, we're very full on liquids at the moment to pump round, but we're not overfilling. So it's coming in at mixed temperatures, which is fine. It goes into here, it comes out at mixed temperatures. When it comes out, what's the sort of temperature? It's below 28 degrees, so that's perfectly fine. We are idle. We are idle. Need more pips. Need to be able to incubate more. Need to create more pips. So you're getting an incubator. Where am I going to get the power from? Anywhere nearby? The system is well overloaded, so we're going to have to strip some out of that. Right, you 1.92 kilowatts. You can take tiny amounts. Not enough then. 2.24. 1.45. You can definitely have extras added to you. How about I start off with this? If we're going to do a power management, I want to do a real power management. We'll remove every excess piece of powering and all that shit. I made a boo-boo. That needs fixing now, because otherwise it's just going to filter around and round and round, and that's very, very bad, because the base would just get hotter and hotter and hotter. Okay, next piece of power to be moved from one system to another is this. It can be switched off right now, and then you can just add the power. Okay. I may also put that on order and this on order. It's 5 squares high. There's a reason for it being 5 squares high, remember, so we do top 4. Water drops into this. This is fine because it does add a bit of extra heat to the system, which is fine because it melts more. This is back on. Power is taken off that system. Let's continue on. 2.12. How much room do we have here? A lot. So, what would be next to be moved from one system to the other? Anything that's way over here. So I could strip both of these off. Right, bring it down. It's probably time we actually laid out the base for this then. Where's 20 tiles? There. There we go. That means for now this is going to be laddered. I'm loving the fact I'm now at the part where it's just slow but steady corrections and improvements across the board. Cooling this is on the list next as well, because we are going to have all sorts of issues with that, but then I also need to get rid of the heat that we're going to pick up from that. Temperature in here has come back down. Temperature up here is under 30 degrees. So I think a kilo is probably enough hydrogen. I'll leave the system on for a while. Doesn't need to be switched off right now, because every step of the way that we make this more effective, we do better. This being turned on is pretty critical too. Helps if we have flooring for it. I'd rather stick with the dirt, you know, keep it all one look. Dirt, 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 dirt. This is flowing. These guys have to be in fucking heaven. They're never going to be hungry again. What sort of temperature do you begin to suffer at? Doesn't really say. Okay. I mean, I would use that area as a temperature jump if I had a way to fucking dump temperature out on it. I could use this as a way to cool some liquid as well. But I'm preferring to build contained systems right now. This can all get mopped and out of the way. And the power here has been managed. Call me Harry Potter, because mischief managed. That's on a 1.82. This is on a 2.11. It's coming down. Right, this is for pip eggs. Have I gone past it? I believe I have. Pip egg. Incubate. Okay. There are no arbor acorns in there, which means they must all be planted, so we have access, yes, okay, fine. So any pip eggs we come across, we should be able to incubate now. Do you have any in here? Although it's kind of impossible to tell due to the amount of broken eggshells. But sure, what we'll set up is a classic wrangle, this lad, and we'll crack it open. Now we're not getting any lumber on the floor, but that has to be enough to support at least 2 pips for sure. I mean, it would have fucking thought. Blow my mind if it wasn't. No one want to grab this pip? You're all a bit busy harvesting, I can respect that. Pip, please. I need him added to the collection. Good, 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 good. Right, so, happy? Planting seed. That was a lie. There are arbor acorns in there, so we are going to prevent you guys from accessing right now. Yeah, they're eating. They're eating. This hasn't even really emptied at all. And temperature in here is 31.3. It's dropped a little. But what I need is a spare pip. I could put one in here and take it back out. That would mean turning this off finally. And let's get rid of the piping, because I will forget otherwise, I am sure. Tick, tick, tick. Done. Done. That can also go. It's backed up at the pipe because it can't go any further. Fine, it's going into the atmosphere. Because it won't go back down the pipe, will it? Will it? No, it won't. Even if it goes back down the pipe, it can't go back in its tank. Yeah. Fuck. What the fuck? This fucking game, man. Okay. It's a good job I was paying attention. Because that would have been fucking disastrous. I don't even remember what half these gas pipes do. Alright, that's that. I'm still not overfilling. I would love the temperature to be lower. But that's what you can do for now. So I need the door put in, which we'll just use a classic one. This pip 1. I only want the 1. This is on a 5. This needs to be on a 9. Where's the older one? 26. 26. You're the same age. That's fine. Wrangle either one then. You can't go in there. Did forget about that. That's fine. Let's get it done. This is finally dropping a level. But it's struggling to, because the moment it's dropping, it's filling back up. Someone fetch this pip. Are we even making a dent in the sand? We are not. We are so good for sand. Right, the moment you drop this one off. What? Just stop doing their job in the middle of it. I understand you're idle, but do your fucking job. 5. 9. Storing 1 of 1 critter. You're a bastard. Try that again. Wrangle. Someone come collect him. Go stick him in here. Right. Now get the fuck out. Lock the doors. And get the pip to plant the weasels. Yeah, pull them all out, that's fine. Right, they need another project. They stood around with fucking thumbs up their arse doing nothing. What can I even get them doing right now? We need another cooling system for that, which is this. Where we'll dump the polluted water is anyone's guess at the moment. We could check out this too. Let's check out that. I don't want to interrupt these. And we can get on nosh beans next as well. Don't want to deal with the ethanol right now. But for the nosh beans, I need super cooling, man, because it's got to be real cool in there. What can they even have as breathable atmosphere? Any? It has to be carbon dioxide. It has to be super chilled carbon dioxide. Okay. That's not terrible, but that ain't great. What temperature do they need to grow? Negative 25 to 0 degrees. Yeah, they have to be very well cooled. Which, yeah, is interesting. I will make that happen. A couple of kilos. Yeah, look at that go. Has he planted any yet? One. It begins. Continue planting, Pip, and then you can go back to having food and making babies and all that stuff. This is chlorine. Chlorine does have a use with puffs. I can make that happen. Block it off quick. Alright. We could try and... There's another. There's 3. I do believe there were 6, yes. The temperature in here should just continue to decrease over time. Oh, I need a cup of tea. I desperately need a cup of tea, and I need a bigger project because they're not staying fucking busy. This should really be producing a lot of cooling. I'm seeing 26s. The general temperature in here is sitting at around 27. The more this pit plants, though, the better off we are. The cooler it will get in here. And it's very self-contained, you know, if the water down here is too warm, which it is way too warm, it's in the 30s, it'll get recycled into much cooler water. Look at this, 26.5 degrees. This is emptying. I mean, I'm very happy we've got the base to a point where it stays nice and cool. Even coming out of here at 35, that's getting better. Not good enough though. What temperature is it coming in at? Just below 28. To be expected for now. Keep planting those weasels, my Pip. You got what, 1 more to go? Yeah. 1 more. You plant 1 more and you go back with your brothers. Sorted. Okay. Open. Disable. Wrangle. There you go. Multiple jobs to be done. Okay, now I know exactly what we want to do. We want more weasels. I know I've just removed him, but he's done his job for now. He doesn't need to hang around while we do other stuff. Okay, 4. And plus, as long as he's eating, we don't have to worry about starving and all that stuff. Just dig everything. I'm actually, as much as I want to keep them busy, I'm very impressed that I've gotten to the point where they're no longer constantly working around the clock. They actually get a little bit of downtime. This system will help cool this. Well, this system will help cool this system, which will in turn help cool the base, which will reduce our reliance on salt water. What I'll do with the salt water over time, I have no idea. Boil it, I guess, into clean water. What I'll do with the clean water again is anyone's fucking guess. Cooling this room is, yeah, we're going to do that now. Same with this though, I've got no fucking idea what I'll do with this, but it will take so long for this entire pool of water to get hot enough to care about that I'm just going to run it in there, cool it, and then run it back into the same tank. Getting the water there though, that's a bit more of a challenge. Oh fuck, why's the TV gone on? Hold on. Make a perfect breakaway moment to get a cup of tea back in 5. Alright, that breath what? So I'm trying to call, or was trying to call. I shall continue to try and call that steam vent. Alright, no, don't do that. So, I'll bring it up here. Remember, I've got to get in and out, which is hilarious. So bring it in here. Didn't ask you to do that. Bring it in here. Through here. We'll just call one side. So if we run it to the edge, bring it down. Can't be made out of lead because it's likely to melt, so we make it out of gold. Bring it in, round, round, and out. Right. Now to bring the return flow. yeah, I believe that is it. So wait, this was the inbound, right? Bollocks, wrong one. Just check that's the inbound, yeah, and this is the outbound. That's all of it, I believe. Then it's just power down to the system, and that will cool that room for probably a long time. Right, so power is going to become an issue again next. But again, this fix here is essential to get the most out of this. Because that shouldn't be hot enough to boil the fluid water. Shouldn't. So let that go for a while. Okay, it's off, yeah. Right, going. It's going to take an awfully long time. It's all pretty high priority. It will happen. Which should keep my lads busy for quite some time. Literally don't care. Okay, you're back in there. We have picked up extra of these warts, so we're almost ready to do that. This hasn't been finished yet though. Refinement is important next. What's the temperature like? 26, it's dropping. Preventing the heat transfer here would be good as well. So deconstruct that. This won't prevent it entirely, but it will really slow it down. Don't want thermally reactive. I mean, iron says it's not thermally reactive. Is this not getting done? Ah. There's 160 other things to do that are more important apparently. Has everything gone to priority 9? Fuck this game. That needs to be priority 8, that needs to be priority 9. It's a good job I checked because this would have taken forever to fix. That will be in priority 9, is fine. Whatever, that's all priority 9, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It will never get done, but whatever. Look at that. They're loving life. Nothing else really fucked up, did it? No. So we just did that midsection, really. Okay, cool. Pressure in here, high. Gas tank's not connected. That would be a reason why it's not, why it's so high. I get so high, smoke cheaper, smoke cheaper. I can't touch the sky, so high that I can kiss the sky. It's a lot of backup oil we'll be generating here, a couple 100 degrees. Not a concern though. That getting done eventually is fine. We will move the pit back over to max the cooling ability here. Look at that, 27, 25. The air temperature is 26. The temperature in here is 32, 33. It's going to assist over time. May take a while to get all these back on, but it'll get there. General base temp is looking pretty good. I may knock this down a little. Maybe. But this is filling up with salt water. I've got to do something with the excess. What though, I have no fucking idea. And is this empty yet? Nowhere near. I mean, I could boil it for power generation. I could turn it into clean water and turn that into oil, I guess. It creates salt. I mean, I could switch that back on. What sort of temperature is this? This is probably pretty warm as well. Yeah, 32 degrees. Don't worry about that then. Alright, but we can definitely now... Why is this not being done? Why is it 190? There can't be 190 jobs to go that are all this at level 9. Okay, yeah. So we're going to do all this first and then do that. There is a baby poke shell in here that shouldn't be in here. Give me the mechanised airlock. Wait. Iron? Yeah, iron didn't have much in the way of heat transference. Lock that back in, re-wrangle a pip. It doesn't auto-harvest. But they do just eat it straight off the trees, so I don't need to worry about that anymore. I do believe they planted 2 extra ones, which is real nice. Enable this, because this has 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost enough. We are out of yeah, there was no more to be found in there, that's fine. This is getting done, which will cool that, which in turn will produce more water for us, which more water becomes more, which will turn into more of everything. I actually have more resources than what I need, so expansion on dupes is all well and good, but at the same time I would need a reason to expand on, and need the food to do so as well. Getting this fixed is getting pretty critical. We're down at 51,000 calories. It is just the water temp, and yeah, it's just a water temp thing. I have to wrangle. Because this is higher priority, correct? Yes. I could try and groom them. There's room there. Pick him up, you bring him in here, you get the fuck out of here, you lock the doors, Pip gets to work, temperature in here decreases. Yeah, keep kicking them all out of the bucket, it's fine, just get to planting. Right, we've not seen it hit 25 or lower, so that's the next hope. There is a 25 there, below 25 there. Every extra seed is knocking off a degree or so. Below 25 down here, that's great news. Yeah, look, we're beginning to see some light greens here. Keep it coming. It's a case of, can I get away with not adding extra salt water, but I kind of have to because we've got this system playing in, and this is nowhere near efficient enough to cool the entire base. Like, not a chance. What sort of temperature is it coming in at? 26 to 27. It's getting close. Alright, you've got one more to plant. And then you go back into here. Outside of stable. Is it too big for a stable? 96 tiles. How big is this room? 273, yeah. Alright. Alright, fuck off then. You planted it? Fantastic. Alright. Nope. Disable this. Wrangle that. Allow access. Temperature. 25s. 26, 25. It's better. The question is will it cool over time or will it heat up? I mean, the fact it's staying below 26 is quite nice, and it's cooler here at 25 degrees, 30 degrees. Yeah, it's working. It is working. Just there's so much salt water to process, really. Get some extra calories to tide us over. Right, is this going yet? No, it's still got a long way to go. A long way to go. Can't reach that block either. This is lovely and cool. This water comes out freezing. No way. Just fucking crashed on me. Fuck. Alright, well, let's load it up and see what the damage was, but that'll probably do for oxygen not included then, as it's just fucking crashed. Fuckity fuck. Hopefully we didn't lose a lot. That's very disappointing. Very disappointing indeed. Don't even remember what cycle we were on. But I'll be able to tell roughly by going down and looking at the cooling system we were building for thingy, and if the dupes built if the pip had finished planting the weasewalks. Right, the pip had finished planting the weasewalks, but they had not come and collected it, so we kind of lost a bit of a day's work. Well, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, fuck it, that'll do for now.